it's about the song and the vocals, and not about the guitar player in the first place.
And you need to think about being a vocalist.
Kemper Profiler Tones and Talks. Hello, everybody. It's summer and late summer, most probably, and we're in concept season. In the last episode, we showed you how you can create some very, very intriguing tones to design a stripped-down version of a full guitar arrangement from a production for smaller gigs, smaller shows, the typical radio promo gig, and maybe even, the coffee house gigs with just a singer and a guitar, but not with an acoustic guitar, but with an electric guitar with a little bit of spice added in terms of sound design and playing that makes things a little bit easier. And who brought all this to us is Mr. Thomas Dill. Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
And I'm very well, thank you. And still amazed from, the guitar tones from the solo performance then of the last episode. And I'm really looking forward to what you have for us today, because it's a little bit more agitated, I guess. I heard a little bit before. And I'm also pretty curious on how your concept is to bring, the rock guitars together to something that works as a duo performance.
Okay, so this one today is a little, I would say, punk pop with female vocals, a little bit more up-tempo song. I will show you in a second the production version with some guitars and a big high gain chorus. And then, I will try my approach to recreate all these weird guitar tracks with one guitar, with one tally in that case. So, first of all, going to my Logic window. And here we are. I will play the song from verse 1 to the chorus. So here we go.
Whispers crawl in the shadows' breath. I feel their eyes, but can't see the depth. They're dancing just beyond my reach. Invisible persons that preach. They weave through walls like ghosts in air. Silent stories, and they leave me bare. Unseen hands pulling on my strings. Invisible threads tying everything. Their laughter echoes in hollow.
So here we are. And the tracks are drum tracks, some drum computers, some program tracks that I've programmed with the drum kit, what it's called here in Logic, Drum Machine Designer, I think it was. Then some synthesizer bass, some plate bass with the DI, and then with the profiler, a Marshall profile. Then our AI vocals for the verse, the chorus, and backing vocals. And in blue, we have the guitars. The verse starts with some kind of power chord sounds. So I will solo the guitars of the verse. For that arrangement, I had in mind to play some power chords, but I played just single notes for one track and the higher single note for the other, and panned them left and right a little bit. So you hear the first one. And in punk rock style, just one string, no string changes. For the second verse, just a little bit of chord fill. And then comes the chorus, but I would like to show you the sound of the verse part, because that was a really heavy one for me. I had in mind, so this punk rock style or punk style, to have some garage sound, some cheap guitar sound. I started with the Tele, and just, I think it was a Marshall profile. Yes, the Plexi profile, but that didn't sound that really trashy. So I came up using my cheap Dano with the lipstick pickups, and I took the Marshall profile but added some effects. So I will show you that in the rig manager. Here we are. So here is the verse. You see, you hear it, the noise, but the noise is, this is punk rock. The profile without everything sounds like this. So to have this really cheap tone. Then for the garage sound, I've added a reverb. And then the amp is too nice to get this broken amp tone. I was using the wave shaper. And especially when the chorus kicks in, I'm playing not palm muted, and I'm playing like this. This really heavy 8-note stuff, and this is sounding great with the wave shaper. So without the wave shaper, and with the wave shaper, a little bit different. It has more bite. So this was the sound. It was really hard to find. So I had in mind this broken, bad sound, and we are always looking for good sound. So it was hard to get this bad sound, but I think I managed it. And the next thing, okay, the chorus. I will show you all the tracks in Logic. It's something kind of like the same arrangement stuff. This concept that I have with high chords, low chords, high strings, so these string defined stuff. So we have, I call it the dirty Dano, this part. Then power chords low, so drop D, Les Paul, and only the E string and A string, with a PV profile from the Tone Hammer profile pack. Then the higher power chords on the D and G string with the Mallet Hawk from my profile pack. And as you can see, all they are here panned. The lower power chords are panned hard left and right. Then the other ones at 9 o'clock, something like 3 o'clock here. And together they sound with the danos like this. So we have a massive wall of guitars, and adding to all that is the shimmer guitar, which is a high guitar with some reverb, shimmer reverb sound. It sounds like this. And then, let's see, all together. And adding the bass to it, so the guitars don't sound very low-ended, and this is very important because we have some low-end stuff here. The first thing is the synth bass. It's a saw synth bass added to that. Check it out. And then we have the Marshall bass, Marshall Plexi bass, and a little bit of DI signal. So it's a huge arrangement. Okay, now going to the other style, to the duo version. Tom, do you have something to add before I will play the duo version?
No, not yet. I'm really curious about what you are going to come up with there.
Okay, so
And your approach, because you could think of... No, it doesn't matter what you or I could think of. I'm curious what you will come up with, because it's interesting to see some other concepts and not get out of my head. So
okay,
go ahead, please.
yeah. So here we are. We have the two tracks. It's just one vocal track because the chorus is a little bit louder, and we have the duo guitar. I will just play it.
Whispers crawl in the shadows' breath. I feel their eyes, but can't see the depth. They're dancing just beyond my reach. Invisible persons that preach. They weave through walls like ghosts in air. Silent stories, and they leave me bare. Unseen hands pulling on my strings. Invisible threads tying everything. The laughter echoes in hollow halls. I hear their steps, but never their calls. They hold the mirror.
Okay, so there we are. Tom, what's your opinion?
Definitely works. And I'm still, of course, that's the usual thing. I just heard this for the first time. I'm trying to compare quietly what I would have done, what I would have tried, and now what you did. And I think it's more interesting what you did. No, in terms of because you can think of too much easily, and that's always the beauty with your approach, because you're basically the first moment is very pragmatic, and then you build on that. And I usually have to take the other way, where I just think too much with what you could do with, I don't know, pulses and little sequences and maybe loop and stuff like that. And then you bring it all down and bring it in slowly, one after the other, and you totally get lost because that just doesn't work, because you are just the one person, you don't have any sync, and you just have maybe the morphing pedal, and you have to watch the rhythm and blah, blah, blah. So I totally dig your approach. So.
Okay, so first of all, when I'm doing these duo versions, it's all about supporting the singer, and it's all about don't do much at once or at first place. So you need to leave some space. So the first thing was that one, but I have the wrong tone. So here is the duo version tone. So having this one, so better this one. So I'm going to So the idea was, I started, okay, it's punk rock song. What do we need to do in the intro? This one. But this is, keeping all, this is too much. So taking the good things for the second half of the songs. So I thought, okay, it would be nice just to lay down a chord and to have my friend the tremolo doing some of the 8-note approach. So you can see here. You hear this dot, 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 dot. Without the tremolo. I will turn the tremolo off and the reverb. With a little bit of smooth tremolo. You get this 8-note, this just really smooth for the first verse. And then I will show you the rig manager in a second. For the chorus, I'm morphing, and the reverb tail is really long in the verse, and in the chorus it's that one. Not that much, because I'm playing. Oh no. So to having this halftime feeling and to have some more strumming with the tally, I need less effect. So that was the concept on that one. And now I'm going to the rig manager and show you how I realized that. So here we are. So first thing is basic rig is the Marshall Plexi. 4.4 gain, typical setting, a little bit more presence, and nothing fancy. Then we have the natural reverb, which simulates, as you can see, decay time 0.45, a small room. So this garage style, punk rock garage style. Then we have the Cirrus reverb, which adds this atmosphere. So this is the basic sound with 70%. And you can just play one chord and it sounds really nice, and you have this like a carpet of tone. The bed for the vocalist, just to do their stuff and nothing else. And it's a nice one for the first verse. And here we have the tube bias tremolo with depth at 2.1, so not that much. And very important, ducking. So that means when I play a little bit more, the tremolo is lowered, is ducked, turned down. Without that ducking, it would sound like that. So here you get your picked notes, you've really heard, and the attack of the tone is there, which is very important for a duo version. And the tremolo kicks in a little bit later at the sustained note. A little bit of hyper chorus. Just for some atmospheric sound. So, and then when it comes to the chorus, I turn the mix level down with the morphing parameter, and this is just the only one parameter that I'm morphing. Getting this. And the tube bias tremolo, as you know now, is turned down when I'm playing, when I'm strumming really hard. You don't hear that tremolo that much because of the ducking effect. And hard strumming in punk rock style then. And for the second verse, I'm going back to the verse version, the basic tone, but not that much, because I'm starting for the second verse with the 8 notes. And then going back to the wide sound in the second half of the second verse, for example. So this is the concept of having just one tone, one sound, a little bit crunch tone from the plexi. With the tally is tuned down to drop D, to have the D, lower D then, but I didn't take the baritone or something like that. It's okay for that. And yes, I think that's all about the concept. So having a pad sound for the verses, going back for the second verse to the half, because I'm playing more 8 notes, and having these just different pictures of the song for this duo version. I think that's it. Tom, do you have something to add? You have some ideas, I think.
No, it just hit my mind because it's this rhythmic stuff and how you dealt with it. When you were playing the chords, you were cutting away the tails and the stuff, the washy parts, and then you brought in this soft stuff, but with this rhythmic thing, very, very subtle. So I was thinking, so of course, when I listen to stuff like this, it always triggers, this archive in there. And I don't know why, during the last weeks or days, I've seen several times popping up on the social medias, Steve Stevens and Billy Idol. And Steve Stevens has this electric classic guitar, and he's playing White Wedding? No, Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell, I think.
Rebel Yell, yeah. And it's kind of, he's amazing.
Yes.
What he's doing. But it still sounds kind of, this ding, 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 nosy MIDI guitar tone, and there's not so much dynamic and stuff like that. So I would say, well, that would be a challenge for Thomas, which is totally unfair. To take just Billy's vocal performance and come up with something with the electric guitar that's a little bit more full, but still, all the parts there. Maybe that's a theoretical thing or a challenge for you guys at home, because I think with a lot of cover bands and stuff like that, that song is a staple in the set list usually. And that would be something to come up with something that's a little bit more involved with some rhythmic stuff, maybe from a little bit more tremolo or even the saw effect, whatever. I have no idea. It just hit my mind. So just to demonstrate how inspiring I find what you are doing, because some things might not sound so spectacular, but the purpose of it and how to put it all together for this piece of music is really spectacular, because they have to work and support the vocals and bring across the rhythmic stuff without giving every way in the first moment, as you explained, and that's really cool, really, really cool. So thank you for this. This helps a lot, and for all the bands and ensembles with small setup who are doing small shows, singer-songwriter shows and stuff like that. This is really, really inspiring. I really like that, and I thank you for that big time.
Thank you too.
So, and you guys, of course, bring it on. I'm really, really curious. And if this is relevant to you as well, so share what kind of gigs you are playing apart from the stadiums and so on. That would be cool. Yeah. Thomas, would you have something to add as well?
No, it's just to mention this spectacular thing. We need as guitar players, as supporters, we need to stay in the second line, and we need to support that. So we don't need to listen, is that part great when it's played soloed? We need to listen, does that support the artist? Does that give that feeling? Does that create this sound? Does that get this groove? So sometimes the not spectacular thing is definitely the better one.
Yeah, and the more difficult one, always. I mean, to dump a lot of spice into a dish is pretty simple, and it tastes maybe spectacular. But then what's happening, after your third or fourth bite? So what's happening then? And that's the beauty of what you're doing there. That's really cool. And in a way, this reminds me also, there's been this funny TV show called Nashville. I don't know if anyone has followed that one. And there was one scene where a vocal duo, a guy and a girl, they had an audition for a record company presenting their songs, and they asked their best buddy to support them on electric guitar. And so the one guy of the two singers was playing simple acoustic guitar, and the other guy was brought in, and he was very eager to deliver. And he played amazing stuff, very tasteful, not really banging away, but just he was like working all the time. And I was so, geez, these triads and how he connects them, amazing. But that was something that the record company exec was thinking as well. And he was saying, what is this? Who's demoing here? So
Yes.
it's about the singers. Guy, give it a break. So could you go out and have these two guys do it again on their own? And of course he was very pissed, but that was the big learning. It's about the song and the vocals. and not about the guitar player in the first place.
And you need to think about being a vocalist. The vocalist needs to get some kind of pushed, or needs to feel good to make a great performance. And if the guitar player or who else is playing backing the band does stuff which disturbs the feel of the singer, I need to learn that for some kind of years. So if this is disturbing the singer and the singer can't do a great performance, then everything is done. So you need always to be in the thinking
The
of the
singer's mind.
singer, in the mind of the singer. So that's very, very important there.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, looking so much forward to what you guys think, if and how we should continue. The next challenge would be to come up with something like this when you are the only person on stage. Because I think that's even more challenging, to come up with a guitar part with effects and arrangement and a flow and story, and you having to sing yourself on top like that, because then some things might become pretty tricky, you know, switching and morphing and stuff like this. But that's something for maybe, in the maybe department.
Yes.
Right. So, Thomas, wonderful. Thank you again. And looking forward to our next episodes. And for now, thanks a lot and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.